Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today I kind of wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about a YouTube series that I kind of wanted to create, and I wasn't really too sure how to go about it exactly. And the video series that we're going to go ahead and go over is going to be kind of like a beginner's guide into Path of Exile. Now, in previous videos, I asked you guys, what do you want me to cover for kind of like beginner topics? And a lot of people gave like a lot of solid points. I saw a lot of, for example, how do you know when to get enough HP for a normal lab or cruel lab, or resistances for fighting bosses, or how do you design a skill tree for a layout, and etc. And I think a lot of these questions kind of revolve around one simple point, which I think I could solve. And it's always hard to kind of talk about stuff like that, because to me it's weird to just randomly make a video and say, well, here are the requirements for, Cruel Lab and why you should be doing it, and etc. So I think what I'm going to do is make a specific character in Path of Exile specifically designed for YouTube. And what I want to do with it is just very simple things. So, for example, one video would cover all of Act 1 normal. And I don't know how long the video would be, maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Depends on if I'm speed running through it or if I'm trying to stop and explain, because by doing something like that, I can make a video, and the video would be titled, Act 1 normal playthrough, Path of Exile, etc. And it would go over the quests you need to do, the side quests, the quests that you don't need to do, what the side quests would give you, the bosses, what type of damage the bosses deal, and that pretty much covers a large majority of it. And it's not like this has to be a long series. It would basically just be a playthrough from Act 1 normal till, well, that's just Act 1 normal essentially, because the 4 acts that you clear will cover the basics of all the game. And then depending on how successful it is, whether or not I'm having fun with it and you guys are having fun with it as well, that series can easily be turned into, well, here's the character now in maps, and let's explain the mapping process step by step. I don't want to do anything too crazy and make sure I don't get bored, so we're just going to start with the basics of the goal for that series is just, probably like 4 or 5 episodes just covering all of normal difficulty. So you guys let me know what you think about it. I think it's going to be pretty solid. I think it's going to be really cool, because I feel bad for a lot of my viewers who come from, various MMOs that I play, and they come and they're like, hey man, do you have any info for new people on Path of Exile? I'm like, well, I don't specifically, unless you want to dig through a bunch of my content, but I know a bunch of my friends have it, like Lifting Nerd Bro, Ziggy D, etc. So I decided I'll just make one for myself. Now, I used to do things like this all the time, but since I took a break from Path of Exile, for like God knows how long, it's kind of hard for me to remember what specifically you guys want to know, and like what is common sense to me is not common sense to everybody else, for example. Isn't that right, Mini K? Mr. Kappa K? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And just like I said in the other video that I posted earlier in the day, a few days ago, that if you have any ideas or anything, feel free to drop them down below, or you can privately inbox me on YouTube, or you can just drop a message on Twitch. You can drop a message on Twitch. You can whisper me in my inbox in Twitch, and there's various ways, and I will most likely address them after this series is covered. Obviously, again, depending on how everything goes. Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you guys enjoy yourself, and I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Mini K, say goodbye. Mini K, say goodbye. Mini K, say goodbye. He's so sleepy, man. He's so sleepy. Come here, buddy.